Good day, Change Radio listeners. Welcome to a news hour today, Monday the 13th of May 2024. The news read by Cleopatra Fungai Chigashamoyo. Stories making our headlines. President Chamisa pays tribute to Reverend Kampira. Honorable Siziba holds constituent feedback in Pelanda Bachabalala residence. Nisa Mzwangwa back in court for bail hearing. And now the stories in detail. The People's President Pastor Nelson Chamisa paid tribute to the late prominent preacher and chaplain at Nyarazo funeral service, Reverend Elson Kampira, who passed away on Saturday at a private hostel in Harare. Reverend Kampira was widely recognized for his graceful sermons and powerful prayers offered to families and friends of the deceased at Nyarazo funeral parlor. During a remembrance ceremony held yesterday, Pastor Chamisa expressed his closeness to Reverend Kampira and lamented his passing as a significant loss to Zimbabwe. Let's hear him speaking.
Ndinotenda Sachikaro, ndinotenda vakabata Reverend Ganda, ndinotenda ndanzwa vakuru vehurumende vari pano. Hakuna nyika inofamba isina hurumende, chero uchida, chero usingaidi. Ndogona ngendiri umwe asingatoidi asi iripo. Saka tinoremekedza hurumende nokuti shoko raMwari rinodaro. Kana taa kumatongerwo enyika tozotaura kumatongerwo enyika. Ndaona vanga vari vakuru vehurumende vari pano. Dr. Gono, tinokuremekedzai. Sachigaro vanga vakabata homwe yenyika. No, makanzwa here kuti kwaane umwe mari yakauya. Dr. Mangudya, our Reserve Bank Governor, former, we acknowledge you. Ndaonawo Permanent Secretary wedu former Baba Wambizo. Nevamwe vandisina kuona ziso zvavo vari pakati pedu vakashandira nyika. Nyika ine inovashandira. Haine bato ndanzwa pachitaurwa. Kuti Chamisa wakataura kuti Kampira wanga ari advisor. Asi wanga ari webato rimwe. Bodo. Chipanga mazano unopanga vose vakatungamirira nevanotungamirira. Noremekedza amai, my mother. You know, role yangu vazhinji munotionera kumatongerwo enyika. Ene ndinoona kumatongerwo enyika amwe anondinyomba, iwe unoita zvemavhesi, iwe unoita zvemavhesi. Ndakapenyerwa, iwe hausati wapenyerwa. Ndakanzwisisa kuti mukutungamirira nyika pane zvinopfuura nezvichauya. Upenyu hwatinahwo toda kugadzira chiteshi tiri pabus stop. Auende pabus stop wobva wanovaka ipapo woti yeye unogadzirira uchiziva kuti kune kunoendwa kumusha kumusoro kudenga. Saka muchaona kuti nina mudhara ukama hwedu hwanga huri ikoko kwatiri kuenda kwavatungamira. Nokuti kana uri munyika unopfuura. Vazhinji vanofunga kuti wauya munyika muno maubvi. Asi mukabvunza vatsvangirai navamugabe izvozvo vari kudziya moto ndichitaura kudai. Vakatarisana kuti vakomana takasiya nyika iya. Ndiri kuti zvenyika zvino kudenga kuna panyika ndo pane vanhu. So ndada kundipa tseketuze nokuti ndanzwa ndichitaura vamutezo ndinokuremekedzai kuti asi mukomana uyu asi kampira wanga ari wechakadeni. Kampira wanga ari weZimbabwe. Chamisa ndeweZimbabwe. Ndandicharidza mwe mukuru pana akandisendera message ndarakamutira kanzi vanhu vari kufamba vachiti iwe oda kudzorera minda kuvarungu, saka nyaya igadzirise ichokwadi here? Ndikati mudhara, nyika haigoni kutakurwa sesvinga rehuni. Nyika tinayo munhu hakuna kwainodzokera. Ini kana ndatopinda ndoda kuti munhu nemunhu awane title deed kuti paakagara asachonjomara asatonona agare akati zete. Sikanzi ndozvauri kutaura. Ndikati kanzi saka taura izvo zinzuke navanhu. Ndosaka chiti ndichipanga kwete zvekuputsa kwete zvokupasa. Zvino mudhara matisiya nandina mashoko akawanda. Chinonzi nyika rudo, chinonzi nyika kuumbana, chinonzi nyika kudanana, chinonzi nyika kuwadzana, chinonzi nyika kutarisana kuti riva navanyamunhu bvine mupimbira gumbo rimwe chete. Tangawo semanhanga hapana risina modzi. Hautauri ZANU-PF, hautauri Triple C. Kudenga kuna Mwari, panyika pane vanhu. Takapuwa nyika yese chipikirwa. Ngatidananei, ngatibatanei, ngatifambei pamwe chete. Ndoshoko randangoenda kuti mudhara waibatanidza chi? You are the unifier. Ndine urombo kuti wazokurumidza kuenda ndisati ndapinda. Mamwe anobva ati uda kupinda pai? Anda kupinda nawo mukereke. Ndakanzwa mama angu maikuzi ndakanzwa vachiwenga musi unoyu. Zikanzi mukomana anoda kupinda, anoda hakuna kwaunoda kupinda. Zvino ndakakurira kumusha kwaGutuko. Ukanzwa vanhu vachiti ndinzarwo, vanzarwo. Ukanzwa munhu achiti haapinde, ziva kuti wapinda.
Yesterday, recalled Member of Parliament for Pelandaba Chabalala, Honorable Gift Ostalo Siziba, was back in the constituents to give feedback to residents at the Eminyela grounds in Ward 13. Honorable Siziba was accompanied by other senior opposition members, including Honorable Amos Chibaya, Honorable Pasha Banda, Senator Monica Mkwada, Senator Bongai Tome, and many more. During the well-attended meeting, Honorable Siziba spoke on the continuing quest for a free Zimbabwe and the unwavering support of President Chamisa, and to continue working with citizens to fight for a better future in Zimbabwe. Let's hear part of his speech.
Without a constitution. I want to be polling station A1. You have no mandate of the people. Whatever you are going up, there's a bit of a one. Java. Who is a thing I want? Never put it out as Kampalam, as Sakambilam. By the Tato Munim Tara. What I mean, I'm a professor. I'm vice president. But now I'm vice president. Or alliance. Ikoni alliance no manzora. Kote tia hlupha the people of Zimbabwe. Sasebenza nawe, we have ended dictatorship. We have put a red line and said this far and no further. So for official instance, Alabama Kona, Banay, Omunela, Wati, Secretary General, that's all we need here for Hamburg. Omunela, Muafitan is not a very commissioner, Arare, Wati Lang, spokesperson. That's right. Now I know you, he party the rate. I saw it. This one is the movement of the citizens. So, Abutana, Balogara Butana by 5 by 6, Considering Santa, they are no longer with us, and then came and they tell who will live what. Was Abuyala, the city is only Musa.
Neva Mswangwa, the son of ZANU-PF spokesperson Christopher Mswangwa, and Women's Affairs Minister Monica Mswangwa appeared in court today for the continuation of his bail hearing. He has various charges laid against him, including money laundering and use of a Starlink internet device. Our Change Radio News reporter sent up this update on the case.
Neville Mutangwa, alongside his co-accused persons, Elias Majachini and Simbarase Tishingana, appeared before a Harare magistrate this morning, where they were denied bail and remanded in custody until 30 May 2023. The state argued they were flight risks if they were released from custody. The denial of bail for Neville Mutangwa comes at a time when his mother, Monica Mutangwa, said it was a politically motivated arrest, and recently his father Christopher Mutangwa was also saying it was someone within ZANU-PF who was trying to put a wedge between himself and Mr. Mnangagwa. In an interview over the weekend with the Zimbabwe Standard newspaper, Mr. Mutangwa did not mention the person behind his son's arrest, but spoke in riddles to say the person didn't fight in the Liberation War in Mozambique. Analysts who know the Liberation War history said the person being talked about is ZANU-PF Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. Change Radio will keep you informed on this new developing story. Reporting for Change Radio, this is Jevas Mapasus.
Mr. Emmerson Mnangagwa is edging closer to reversing his previous comments that he will abide by the country's constitution by only serving 2 terms and leaving office before the 2028 elections. At a church meeting in Harare on Saturday, Emmerson Mnangagwa said he wants peace in Zimbabwe so he can rule forever, a suggestion that he was not going to leave office. Meanwhile, in Masvingo, during a ZANU-PF meeting, some senior members of ZANU-PF, including the secretary and the president's office, Martin Rushwaya, were seen in a video singing songs saying Mr. Emmerson Mnangagwa must continue ruling beyond 2028. We spoke to prominent opposition figure and human rights defender Stephen Chuma to give us his thoughts on the matter, what citizens should do to stop this unconstitutional drive.
The unfortunate rantings by Emmerson Mnangagwa over the weekend that he will rule forever, it's a clear sign that he's now intoxicated by power. But we all know that this is not something new. We've seen it in the past where Ian Smith during the colonial era said that there won't be majority rule in 1,000 years. But we know that the majority rule came in 1980. Also Robert Mugabe, after ruling for close to 40 years, we heard his wife saying Mugabe is going to rule from the grave. But we know what happened. This is the same thing, the same fate that is going to before Emmerson Mnangagwa. This country can never be someone's personal property. This country belongs to all who live in it. This country is our country too. It's your country too. So no man, no person, no matter how powerful, no matter how many soldiers he has, no matter how many guns he possesses, can claim that you rule this country forever. No, that one is a big no. We the people have the power. We the people who decide the fate of this country. We the people who decide the future of this country.
We caught up with Senator Wongai Tome, the Welfare Bureau Chief, to give us an update on the recent court cases that involved opposition members as well as appeals to help some opposition members who are in difficult circumstances. And she said,
this past week, as usual, we had a number of court cases throughout the country. In Bulawayo, on the 9th of May, with the case of Champion Ernest Bulawa appearing in court being accused of cyberbullying by a losing Chabangu candidate, and the matter was remanded to the 17th of May 2024. And in Bulawayo once more, we had Councillor Lavuyo Mwinde, Councillor Simbarashe Dube, Councillor Alderman Rafa Moyo. They appeared in court and we fined 300 US each. And then they also appealed against sentence and conviction. In Harare, we had the Budiriro 26, that is Honorable Chibaya et al., appearing in court, and they were remanded to the 21st of May 2024 for trial continuation. In Harare, Councillor Rangana Mpakato of Harare South appeared in court, that is Councillor of Ward 12, and he was acquitted on the charges of assaulting a ZANU-PF aspiring councillor on the 23rd of August during the harmonized election. The state failed to prove its case beyond reasonable doubt. They had no satisfactory evidence on the crime. In Manicaland, we had a shocking show of brutality when a Buera nurse, Miss I.V. Mangwanya, a sister to Honorable Herbert Mangwanya of Buera West, who was stabbed by a sharp object by an unknown assailant, and she bled to death. May her dear soul rest in eternal peace. In Manicaland once more, we had the case of Champion Gomba Komba Johannes, Champion Knowledge Majiwa of Mtare West, who were picked up by police on Saturday and were in police custody for the rest of the weekend, and then they were released today on a free bail. And we continue to demand justice for all our political victims. As the Welfare Bureau, we stand with all political victims, and we can say all citizens, we are all victims of a dead economy, and we continue to demand a free, fair, and credible elections. And in another separate case, Honorable Machira Rwamugido is still in hospital. We continue to pray for her speed recovery. And let me take this opportunity to thank you so much for all your contributions in support of the medical bills for Honorable Mugido.
Last Friday, Mr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, through a statutory instrument, said he had set up a commission of inquiry to investigate governance in the city of Harare. The commission, which will be chaired by retired Judge Mafios Cheda, will investigate, amongst others, the council financial situation and investigate council properties and leases. The move by Mr. Emmerson Mnangagwa to investigate the council is seen as a step towards the government taking full control of the opposition-led Harare City Council should any discrepancies be found by a commission. South Africa's opposition political parties have criticized the ruling African National Congress Party for engaging ZANU-PF to help its campaign program and also observe the elections to be held on the 9th of May 2024. Our South African correspondent, Javos Mapasas, filed this report.
South African opposition political parties are up in arms after the ruling African National Congress Party revealed it had invited ZANU-PF to campaign for them as well as observe the elections to be held on 29 May 2024. Build One South Africa, the Democratic Alliance, and the African Transformation Movement parties castigated the ANC's move as unconstitutional and interfering in their political affairs. The official opposition political party in South Africa, the Democratic Alliance, accused the ruling ANC party of violating the Electoral Code of Conduct after inviting Zimbabwe's ZANU-PF party to help in campaigning ahead of the May 29 plebiscite and also participate as an observer mission during the election. Describing ZANU-PF as the SADC region's electoral outcast, the DA spokesperson, Solimalaji, said the ANC is desperately hanging on to power by engaging ZANU-PF to contaminate the country's electoral processes. He added that the ZANU-PF does not qualify to observe an election as it has repeatedly violated Zimbabwe's electoral laws to remain in power. The DA party stated that it will not allow ZANU-PF to export vote rigging to South Africa. It will soon lodge a formal complaint with the Independent Electoral Commission, citing that the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa rushed to endorse a sham August 2023 Zimbabwe election and attended Emmerson Mnangagwa's inauguration, even after several observer missions, including the European Union, African Union, and the SADC Election Observer Mission, had noted that the election fell short of requirements of the Zimbabwe Constitution, the Electoral Act, the SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections set in 2021. Build One South Africa leader, Mmusi Maimane, criticized the ANC ZANU-PF engagement, saying it will fuel electoral manipulation, media censorship, threatening the opposition, election rigging, and suppression of democratic freedoms. Maimane said this will jeopardize South Africa's democratic integrity, since the ANC has been failing the Zimbabwean people by using quiet diplomacy. African Transformation Movement leader, Vuyo Zungula, has written to the IEC over the matter, urging the electoral body to reject ZANU-PF's involvement in the election observation. Meanwhile, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa dismissed the opposition political parties criticizing the ANC's decision to invite ZANU-PF to observe the May 29 elections. Mr. Ramaphosa told a campaign gathering in Atteridgeville that ZANU-PF will not interfere in their processes, as they will just come, observe, and draw lessons. He added that those who are concerned are just afraid. Ramaphosa went on to say that other global bodies like the United Nations, African Union, and the European Union will also be observing the election. Reporting for Change Radio in South Africa, I am Jevas Mapasus.
Guests from different corners of the world who visit Zimbabwe's Hyatt Regency Hotel, formerly called Miko's Hotel in Harare, are said to be left astonished at seeing a Barack Obama lookalike working at the hotel. Rishon Bikanyama, who is part of the staff at the hotel, bears some resemblance to the U.S. President Obama, with some guests asking for pictures to be taken beside him. Speaking to Change Radio, Bikanyama said he was flattered to be said to look like Miss Obama. Let's listen in.
Very kind of you to say that I look like Mr. Obama. He's just an inspiring figure. So I take it as a great compliment. Thank you so much.
As cholera continues to affect Zimbabweans, we at Change Radio encourage Zimbabweans to wash their hands with soap over running water, not to eat half-cooked meals, not buy vegetables and fruits from street vendors, boil water before drinking, and maintain all-around good hygiene. And finally, in sports, Zimbabwe's cream of karateka's recently traveled to Cape Town, South Africa, for training and grading in the martial arts sport. Change Radio managed to speak to one of the team members, Maxen Modetwa, to tell us how the training went, and he said,
As Zimbabwe Kyokushin Budokan Karate Organization, takwaza agenda ku South Africa for a camping from 3 May, from 5 May, takwaza agenda enini Maxen Modetwa, second dan black belt order, and Shian Tendai Marange, 5th dan black belt order, and the Sensei Loyo Mazway, 3rd dan black belt order, and other team from Harare City Club. Takaenda takaanza no itakebi mswa 3 kusika mswa 5 ku South Africa ku Cape Town. Tukakwanza kusanga nao ni ma Japanese is like Kacho, Kaneko, and Sensei Fuji, and Sensei Toshide from Japan. Takangeti nao ku Cape Town for a camping, kusanganisira Zagare, our Hanshi, Yen Bosman, and Shian, Sydney, Ferem, and other South Africans watawakwaza kutraina nawo ku Cape Town for that camping. Kwakusina zvako nemakundano anga ariko, but yainguwa a sort of training only yanga ingoriko pakazoitawo grading yakaitwa black belt South Africa ikokoko first dan, second dan, third dan, fourth dan and 50th dan wakakwanisa kugradwa ku South Africa iko pa camping yatakaita ipapo apo, and then ndo kuvata simgari tichidzoka tapedza camping yedu.
Here are last weekend's football results from the Kasalaka Premier Soccer League. Yeta 0, Cape United 1, Simba Bora 2, Ngezi Platinum 1, Greenfield 1, ZPC Kariba 0, Bulawayo 0, Chicken Inn 0, Dynamos 1, Rentals 1, Highlanders 0, FC Platinum 2, 1K 1, Arenal Movers 1, Manica 1, Victor Mineral 0, Tel 1 0, and Chekutu Pirates 2. And in the English Premier League, it finished as follows. Fulham 0, Manchester City 4, Bournemouth 1, Brentford 2, Everton 1, Sheffield United 1, Newcastle 1, Brighton 1, Tottenham 2, Burnley 2, West Ham 3, Luton 1, Wolves 1, Crystal Palace 3, Tottenham Forest 2, Chelsea 3, Manchester United 0, and Arsenal 1. And to end the bulletin, here are the headlines once more. President Chamisa pays tribute to Reverend Kampira. Honorable Siziba holds constituents' feedback in Pelandaba Chabalala residence. Nifa Mswanga Peking court for bail hearing, and this ends the bulletin.